I don't actually have those set up on that screen, so I don't know if it worked or not. I actually changed my... How are you, Michael? I actually changed my... So through OBS, you can log straight into Restream, or you can take like your stream key and put it into OBS manually. And I did that earlier today. Maybe that will make a difference. I don't know. I've been chatting with people on the Leorin board Discord, and nobody seems to be able to figure out why it'll connect, like why Leorin board connects to Twitch, but it does not connect to YouTube if you stream with Restream. Because if I did a private stream to test all my commands, and they all worked fine. But somehow something's getting lost in the Restream world or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know if that will be fixed. They have this... Leorin board actually has a second version that was just released recently. They've completely upgraded it. But the YouTube component in the Leorin board 2 is not available yet. So it's supposed to be released next week, and everybody just says, well, try Leorin board 2 next week and see if the YouTube extension in that works. But nobody seems to be able to figure out why, why it's not working. Does the hug still work? I mean, I can do hug on my end. Wait, can't I? Whoa. I can't? Well, I mean, I guess I can.
Let's just hug.
I can do it.
Hug it out.
I thought I had that as a hotkey. Well, now I'm confused. Don't I have that as a hotkey? Just chatting. Oh my gosh, all my hotkeys have been erased. I wonder if that's from Leorin board, actually. I wonder if when you attach, Leorin board to your OBS, I wonder if it wipes all that out and you have to use Leorin board to do the hotkey. That might be the case. So I can do it manually, like I can click on it, but I didn't think to check that until just now. So I'm glad you asked that, because now all my hotkeys are gone. So, it's been a mess. It's been an absolute mess. I was so excited about it, and then everything's kind of fallen apart. So I don't know. And I actually feel like I owe you guys an apology, because Sunday night's C Prime stream was, I feel like it was kind of a mess. Sunday was a weird day for me. When in doubt, dancing out. So saith he. I was extra tired when I was streaming with Charlotte, and I feel like I got irritated with her more often. Maybe it didn't come across that way, but I just felt like I wasn't quite in the right frame of mind, and I got frustrated with her because Charlotte wants to just run around and do silly things. And for me, that's not as fun for me. I'd rather do something where we actually work together, like in Snipper Clips or whatever. If she wants to run around and just be silly, then I don't see any reason for us to play a 2-player game. I'm not opposed at all to having her play 1 player. Like, I know I had her and my brother stream one time where he just sat to the side and just got her to talk, which is great because everything that comes out of her mouth is funny. But I just felt like I was irritated with her because she wanted to just mess around, and I didn't really want to mess around. That's not fun for me. And that maybe makes me sound like a jerk, but it's just not. It's not really fun for me to sit there and like whack each other with a tennis racket as a goose. Maybe if I hadn't been so tired, but I'd had a really rough morning with Auden, and I was stressed out because she wouldn't nap, and I was tired, and I needed to go down, and she was fighting her nap, and I was exhausted, and I can't take a nap if she doesn't take a nap, and I was worried about getting to church on time, and then I was like, this isn't the point of church. It's to make me feel this way. So I was like, I just was not in a super good state of mind, I feel like, and I just feel like it was kind of chaotic. And then I was really disappointed that Leorin board didn't work for the YouTube side. So there were just multiple things. And so I feel like I owe you guys another C Prime community challenge stream, one that is planned better and one that just is better. And I think I will probably make a stream with Charlotte at least a once a month thing, because I think it's good to change up whatever you've got going on with your streams anyway. Special event streams I think are important. So I will make that kind of a regular thing. But I just felt like Sundays was just weird. And by the end of it, I was like, as I was sitting here kind of closing out, I was thinking in my head, I am so tired. I could go to bed right now. And it's like, what time was it? It was like 7. I was so tired. And I mean, I'm tired all the time, but that's very kind of you, Michael. Thanks. I just felt like I was not in my normal state that I usually am when I stream. So, wow, Rumi's contributed 10,000 total to the Purple People Eater. Oh, speaking of my hair, I never flat ironed my hair today, but I cut it all by myself last night, and it was probably... I didn't take a lot off because I wanted to make sure I didn't absolutely butcher anything, and that if I had to go to a hairstylist to actually get it fixed, they were gonna have to take even more off. My hair is so long. I think I took maybe 1.5 inches, but I did it myself after watching a bunch of YouTube videos because my hair is so long. So I don't know. When we eventually do complete that community challenge, it's not gonna happen like immediately, because A, I have to buy the product, and then B, I need to make sure my hair is in a good state, aka I have to like actually make sure it's not like it's cut properly and it doesn't look absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't look so bad. I had to have Andor kind of even out the back, but Charlotte's hair, I could probably cut Charlotte's hair myself and it would be fine because she has curly hair, but my hair is kind of just wavy. So because I flat iron it, you can definitely tell if it's not cut straight or if it's really blunt or if it's like super choppy at the bottom. So anyway, we'll see what happens with purple hair, because I mean, I've always wanted to dye my hair purple, all of it purple. I have had half of it purple before, but I've never done like my whole head. But I feel like the fun kind of funky colors as far as hair color goes, I feel like they've come a long way since I worked in a hair salon, which was 10 years ago. They're constantly improving hair dye. And so I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be really fun. I might turn my entire sink purple, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, so I feel like we've discussed this before, but I was thinking about it earlier today. Because I need to post this on Discord. I found this really funny Harry Potter video about how Harry Potter should have ended. It was this animated video. It was very clever, very funny. And it got me thinking about Voldemort and about, I think we have discussed this before, but about like what made him go wrong and why he was such an evil person. And it kind of makes you think about what makes anybody an evil person, what makes anybody do something that's really, really heinous, like take a life or, torture somebody or create or commit these really, really terrible crimes. So I was just kind of thinking about Voldemort. And then I thought about, all these different fictional villains. So I don't feel like it's fair to say like, okay, Voldemort versus, I don't know. I'm thinking, who am I thinking of a fictional villain? Like, it's not fair to say Voldemort against Professor Umbridge because they're not equally matched, or Voldemort against somebody who doesn't have any magical power whatsoever because they're not evenly matched. But Voldemort and Darth Vader has I was going to call it the gift, the Force. And I will be honest, I am not on the up and up as far as Star Wars goes. So I have seen only the original 3. I haven't seen any of the rest of them, but I know what kind of antics that guy got up to. And he was right along the same lines as Voldemort. So if the two of them were ever put together, who would win? Because, well, now that I think about it, community challenge salon stream. Yeah, go and stream me getting my hair cut. Maybe I'll cut a pixie. No, I'd go into shock if I cut all my hair off. Sometimes I think about it because I feel like if you're a mom to a small baby, you should either have almost no hair or you should have really long hair that you can just wrap up in a bun and get out of the way. Because I can't I cannot imagine like having a bob that comes here and having to style that every day and having to deal with that in your face all the time while you're holding a baby. I need the option to be able to have my hair out of my face. So for me, it's either, yes, oh my gosh, I would love to do Rumi's lashes. Are you kidding? With your curls? Oh my gosh, you'd be drop dead gorgeous. Not that you aren't already, but I would do your lashes in a heartbeat. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Are you guys still coming to this area sometime in February? Stream collab, Susie does Rumi's lashes. See, would you actually be willing to let me do your lashes? Because Anders not willing to let me do his lashes. I was able to get him to let me do his lashes for a training video. And I put like maybe 10 lashes on each eye, but then I immediately took them off. I was basically showing with my camera how to apply lash extensions and how much glue, how much adhesive to use. And so, but Ander has really crinkly eyes because he's out in the sun all the time. So he has a lot of premature lines right around here. And so when I went through the footage afterward, I was like, I should probably try and find somebody that does not have super tons and tons and tons of little crow's feet. What would it take for me to get a Karen haircut? Nothing. I would never get a Karen haircut, ever. No. No. If you paid me $1 million, I might get a Karen haircut. But the Karen haircuts are the worst. Ugh. No. I am not. No. I think I don't know. I wish I had the guts to get a pixie cut because it's just hair. It grows back. What's the big deal? Like, I feel like it's something I should try someday. But at the same time, actually the biggest problem with the pixie is growing it back out again, because every person who tries to grow their hair out from a really short haircut, guys and girls, it goes through this really weird stage where it's too long to be a pixie, but it's too short to really do anything else with. So that's what really worries. Hey, it's Jordachi! Yeah, I think of Honey Lemon every single time. Tadashi! Smiley day. It's a smiley day. Why is it a smiley day? That makes me happy that it's a smiley day. See, there's this awkward middle stage when you're growing your hair out and you either have to like just keep cutting your hair short for the rest of your life, or you just have to power through it. You got to figure out a way to just power through it. And that's what worries me, is I'm like, I could probably cut all my hair off, but I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. Because I've always wanted to try a pixie cut. I think it would be really fun. And it would be amazing in these Texas summers to not have to worry at all. And I will say, I had a friend in my old church congregation she was a hairstylist. She was great. She was this super short, really spunky woman who had this really gravelly voice, and she was literally everybody's favorite. She was the coolest person. She is the coolest person. She eventually moved away. She lives in like Minnesota or something, someplace devilishly cold. And she had only sons, but she was the president of all the teenage girls, the young women's organization in our old congregation. And she was fabulous. She was so great. And when we very first moved into the church congregation, I used to wear my hair back all the time. And so I used to lead the music. So I'd be up in front of the whole congregation leading the music. And she always sat in the very, very back with people who didn't come to church very often. She'd always look, her husband never came to church, but she'd always look for people that, were lonely or needed somebody to sit by or whatever. And so she told me once when she was cutting my hair, she said, you could absolutely pull off a short haircut like that, because when you stand up there and your hair is slicked back, you look bald. And it looks fine. Like, you have the face shape for it. And you have a little more, my sister has a more full face than I do, but she said, you would just need just a little bit of lift, to make your face look a little longer. But she said, you do it just fine. You already look bald when you're standing up on the stand. And I was like, all right, good to know. So I feel like I could do a pixie cut. Hi, my name is Susie. You'll be pleased to know that I don't want to speak to your manager. I feel guilty even sending like a steak back to the kitchen that wasn't cooked properly, even if I know it wasn't even the server's fault. I feel so guilty. I'll just eat it and just be like, okay. I feel so guilty because I've worked in that industry before and I've had people yell at me for stupid things. And what astounds me these days is that people still do that even though everybody has smartphones and everybody records them. And then they get fired from their jobs because they're all over the Reddit front page. Jordachi says Vader. Now, I was going to say that because I feel like the Force can kind of go anywhere. Whereas magic has to kind of be directed, right? Like Harry is able to throw himself out of the way of curses. I feel like Vader would probably win. Like, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, not a huge Star Wars fan. Star Wars is okay, but I really think the Force would probably... I think it would probably be Voldemort. Because Vader could, like, turn Voldemort's own wand upon him. I don't know. I feel like Jordachi's right. Susie buzzes her head community challenge. So my friend Christy, who shows up here sometimes, my good friend Christy, she buzzed her head one time, just out of the blue. She showed up at a barbecue of mine in my backyard with a buzzed head. She didn't tell anybody she was doing it. She just did it. And I was like, what? She had long hair too. And her response when I said, why did you do this? She shrugged and she said, it's just hair. It'll grow back. And of course it did. She looked amazing. And I've thought of that ever since. I'm like, man, she's right. Like, why did I freak out? It was just a shock. It was just really surprising. But I don't know. I've always wanted to kind of cut. Jordachi says, I like long hair on people in general. I can't grow mine out, so I've always liked it on men and women. Well, oh, it's Raya. Oh my gosh, Raya. Oh, you're so sweet. You are so kind. Raya has kind of shorter hair. I've seen a picture of her, right? Isn't your hair kind of short? If I remember right. Let me tell y'all who has the best bomb hair right now. It is Rumi. Rumi has some insane curls. He posted some picture a little while ago on Discord of him and Chandra and their darling little baby. And his curls are unreal. Oh my gosh. The best. Super, super great curls. Man. The Force is just stronger than Harry Potter spells, I think. I mean, I think Harry Potter spells and the Force are equally strong, but I feel like magic... Now, it would be a different story if you didn't need a wand and you didn't have to, like, direct it at the person. If you could say a spell and just have, like, the whole... Just have it go wherever you wanted, I feel like that was kind of a slight plot hole in Harry Potter, because I feel like there were times where that happened, like with Dumbledore or maybe with Voldemort, but most of the time it was like you had to actually direct your wand at the person so they could jump out of the way. Like the curse went flying across the room, like here is the curse, and it flew across the room. Okay, well, you can dodge that. Even a killing curse you can dodge, but the Force, I don't know. Start with an undercut. Can I just say I loved the haircut of Namari in Raya and the Last Dragon with that little side part, and then she had that buzzed side. Ugh, she looked amazing. Oh my gosh. But undercuts take a lot of maintenance. You have to go in and you got to get that touched up all the time. Raya is typically, oh, I just knocked something over. Typically in favor of longer hair on women, but there are plenty of women that look great with it as well. Yeah, I think it just depends on... I could rock some dreads. Oh, man. Gotta be honest. Never, ever have I wanted dreads. But here's a funny story. When I was in 6th grade... no lies. When I was in 5th grade, I got it in my head that I wanted to make a movie. And I wanted to make a movie. Who doesn't think they want to make a movie with all their friends? And I got like my whole class in on it. And we had a cast and we had all these people. And I played somebody's like invisible friend, I think. The movie did not go anywhere, and we recorded maybe a total of like a half hour because it was chaos and there was no way. I mean, we were in 5th grade. It was fun. It was a fun project while it lasted, though. We had a really good time together, and I actually got cornrows for it. My mom took me to a beauty school where they charge you way less, and I got my hair braided in cornrow braids. And then like little beads at the end. Oh my gosh. Rumi, post your pic in Discord again. Yeah, his curls are like unbelievable. I will post a new pic after I've washed my hair. Yeah, he said something like he discovered Chandra just helped him discover leave-in conditioner or something like that. I don't know. His curls, y'all, insane. Like, I am jealous of those curls. I can't make my hair look like that. I have curling irons and I've tried styling my hair and everything. My old friend, my friend Marissa, who used to stream too, she used to have a way of doing these really pretty curls, and I just can't do that. I think my hair is too heavy. I have too much of it. So when I curl it, it just falls out because it's too heavy. But I don't know. My hair just is forever just going to be flat ironed. I consider shoulder length relatively long. Anything shorter than that is short. You know what? I think you're right. My husband feels the same way. Anders, like, if it's to the shoulder, like, or if it's like to the shoulders, that's technically long hair. But anything shorter than the shoulders is considered short. Anything longer than the shoulders. He likes my hair really long though. Just as long as it can possibly be. I mean, he's fine, you know, if I want to trim it or whatever. And he would be fine if I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go cut a pixie. Like, he would be fine with that. But he does like long hair. So, I mean, it is what it is. I think I would probably go into shock if I cut all my hair off. But I can't tell you how many times I've heard women say, I wish I would have done this years ago. Like, I feel free for the first time, you know? I don't know. Jordachi's hair froze up if it gets long enough. It froze? I'm thinking of your Instagram picture. I can't imagine you with the fro. That's funny. Well, my hair, what's funny is my mom's hair is pin straight. My dad, he's the one with the curls. You'd never guess it, because when you first look at my dad, you know, he's got short hair and he just kind of combs it over to the side and he's got a little, you know, a little balding patch in the back. But one summer he grew it out because he was playing like a wizard or something in some play. And this was when I was still living here, when I was living here, so, you know, I didn't really see him. But all of a sudden one day, I think we FaceTimed or something, and his hair was pretty long, and it was curly, kind of wavy curly. That's where Charlotte gets it. That's where she gets her hair. And I think Auden is going to have hair like that too, because she doesn't have a lot of hair right now, but around the back of her head, it's got this frizzy texture, and I can just tell she's going to have hair like Charlotte. And, you know, I love Charlotte's curls. They're perfect. They're so perfect. She has some of the most perfect little ringlets. It's astounding. I will say some of it is, her curls are starting to sort of lengthen as her hair grows out, because the longer your hair, you know, it kind of, like I said, it gets kind of heavy. If she let me keep her hair short, it would be short and springy and curly, and that's my favorite. Comb it over, put it in a bow, and she's got all these cute little curls. That's my absolute favorite. But she wants it long. She wants to be a Disney princess. That's fine. That's fine. But her hair is beautiful. But you know what? I can't do anything with it. I can't braid it. I can't do any of the fancy things I see other moms do with their daughter's hair. I can't do anything because it's thin and it is heckin' curly. So I can't do anything with it. Makes me sad. I was having images like when I found out I was having, you know, a baby girl when I was pregnant with Charlotte, I was thinking French braids and all these cute little hairstyles and all sorts of stuff. And I can't do any of it with her because her hair is just super curly. Your job does not permit fro life. Fro life. Oh, I am pro fro life, man. That sounds amazing. Well, that's okay. Andrew can't grow a beard while he's bishop, so the sacrifices we make sometimes, it's just a shame. That's okay. I have a lot of freedom with my hair, but I'd really love to be blonde. I'd love to go more blonde, but that's expensive. I can't do that. I can't go super duper blonde because I just can't. Where is my gasp? There it is. Because highlights are so expensive and I have so much hair. It's like I used to be able to get my hair done for free. Do I have amazing on here? Oh, yes, I do.
That was amazing.
I used to have super blonde hair. I'll find a picture, dredge up a picture somewhere and post it on the Discord. I used to have super blonde hair when I worked at a hair salon because I got my hair done for free. I was saving myself hundreds of dollars because I worked at the salon. But then when I stopped working at a hair salon, I suddenly realized how much I would have to pay for those highlights. And that just does not fly. I'd rather pay for eyelash extensions than highlights. Because I can do highlights on my own if I really wanted to. I could do highlights on my own. Buy one of those little caps with all the holes in it. Oh yeah, I can do that if I really wanted to. I just have not taken the time to do it. I could go buy all those professional products, but I don't know. We will start with the purple hair challenge and then we'll see where it goes from there. Maybe we'll do a community challenge to dye Charlotte's hair purple. Oh my gosh, she would die. Can you guys imagine? Oh my gosh. She would die and go to heaven. She would be so excited if I dyed her hair, man. And I have no problem with that. If she wants My Little Pony hair, that's fine. I just hope her school doesn't have a problem with that. I don't know. I would love like multicolored hair, but that's a pain and it bleeds together. And I've seen some beautiful, beautiful, amazing dye jobs, but I'm like, how do you even keep that up? Do you wash your hair in like 3 different sections? Hi, darling. Speaking of curls. Oh my gosh. Well, shut my mouth.
Did it super fast.
That is amazing. They look beautiful. Yeah, show everybody your curls. Come here.
What? It's long, so there's not that many.
Oh, stop. Look at this. Do you see this? Look at this perfect. Can you, okay, wait. Come over here. Come over here.
Oh, I
Okay.
see them.
No, you have to come into the front. Okay, yeah. Look at these perfect curls. This one right here. This is absolute perfection. Stop. This little guy right here. That is like a perfect ringlet. It's amazing. My hair is not like that. Of course, maybe if I cut my hair that length, it would be.
What about
Yeah, your hair is to die for.
What about this one?
How did she get so lucky? Okay, are you going to bed?
Well,
You've still got a half hour before it's lights out.
alright. Well,
You can decorate around it. Tomorrow is the 100th day of school, and they're having some big celebration, and she wants to give her.
I could hang it up in the classroom for the celebration.
You can.
I can't believe how fast I did this.
I can't believe how fast you did it either. I was really worried. Okay, let me go close the door. Hold on. Man, now you guys have me thinking about all sorts of ideas of things I want to do. Man, this background music, this is chill hop. I love chill hop. We listen to chill hop around here all the time. I'll put it on the TV. I'll put it in the kitchen. I either listen to chill hop or I listen to chill synth. It's another live stream on, this one is live all the time on YouTube. There are multiple chill hops that are live all the time. I prefer this one. This one has an image of the chill hop raccoon laying on a bed and like messing around on a laptop. There's another one where he's wearing a hoodie and he's walking with his hands in his pockets. I don't like that one as much, but chill synth is just this, it's just super cool kind of lo-fi synth music that I'll play sometimes. Those are like the 2 things that we go back and forth. Those and then the Encanto soundtrack, because Charlotte's constantly playing that as well. That Bruno was in my head all night last night, and I was so annoyed because I couldn't sleep because it was in my head. So when she came into the kitchen today, right before dinner, and was playing it, I was like, no, turn it off. It's been in my head for 24 hours, and I just got it out of my head, so no, turn it off. Go get headphones. And she was like, fine. It wasn't that mean, but I was like, no, I just got it out of my head. Oh my gosh, have mercy. Have mercy. Okay, so I am on chapter 6 of my novel. Would you guys like me to read chapter 6 now? Do we want to take a break from the story for a little bit? Should I just dive right into Final Fantasy VII? What would you guys like? What would you guys like me to do? I need to drink more water. I like forget water exists. I drink like my 1 can of Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar a day, and I'm like, I'm totally hydrated. I'm fine. No, I need to drink more water, and I don't even know why. I like water. I like the taste of water. I don't understand why. I don't know. Book, please. I mean, y'all wanted it, so here it is. Okay. Now, if you are not caught up with the chapters of my novel, I have all of the different chapters are on my YouTube channel. They're at the beginning of each stream, except for the one that I just did with Charlotte on Sunday. So if you'd like to catch up or whatever, they're there. Okay. And I think I said this during my last stream, but as far as Final Fantasy VII goes, I've decided that it's probably not worth mine or your guys' time for me to read everything. So we're going to kind of skip a lot of the text. I think most of us know the story. And during Sephiroth's entire mental breakdown, I was reading and reading and reading, and then all of a sudden I was like, man, I might as well just be reading a book this whole time. I can't talk to anybody. I can't chat with anyone. I can't engage with anyone. So, I mean, I kind of knew that going into it, but I kind of underestimated. It had been a long time since I'd played it, so anyway. Okay, I'm going to turn my music down in my headphones so I can kind of sort of focus. All right, this is chapter 6. You know what I'm going to do before I actually do this? I'm going to run an ad, because an ad is supposed to start in 10 minutes. So for those of you that are not subscribed or whatever, I apologize. I'm going to run a quick ad. I'm not going to do anything during the ad, so you're not going to miss anything. That way I can read the whole chapter and not have any ad breaks. So I'm going to run a 1-minute ad. And I apologize. Because I suddenly had that idea the other day. I was like, oh, I can actually control that. That's right. You know what's irritating though? If you are a Twitch affiliate, you automatically have ads, right? And you can kind of control when they happen. If you are not an affiliate, you do not have ads. People can't subscribe to you, which, okay. But people can't, hey, it's Bishop! Oh my gosh, how good to see you! Welcome! How's it going? If you are an affiliate though, you get your emotes. But if you are not an affiliate, I think you can still upload some emotes if you use like the BTTV app or something. I don't know. So I was thinking to myself the other day, I was like, well, what's the point of being an affiliate then? If people don't have to watch ads, and then, because I don't do this for income, I do this because I love it. So I don't know, there's some food for thought. I'm actually about to read a chapter of my book, Bishop. I'm sorry you're not doing very well. It is so good to see you. Yeah, BTTV. I think you can upload like 15 emotes or something. I think it's just a little more effort, but it got me thinking, because I just thought, I mean, if your goal isn't to make income with streaming, which it's really hard to do that anyway, because Twitch makes it really hard. But, you know, for someone like me who does it because they just really love to do it, and because it's fun for them, and because I love the community and I love the people, then why be an affiliate at all? I used to use AdBlock, which blocks a lot of the Twitch adverts anyway. Well, and I actually just discovered that Twitch, I haven't been on the up and up with this apparently, but Twitch will do ads where they don't actually cut into the streamer's stream, but they just like minimize the stream window a little bit, and then the ad shows like around the outside of the window. And I think it's because Twitch understands that people are going, these ads freaking suck. You're just interrupting my stream for a minute or 2 minutes to show some wackadoo ad that nobody probably even cares about. And, you know, I lose viewers that way. I lose people that way. Nobody wants to sit through an ad, right? And so I think Twitch is trying to find a workaround for that. And I get it. They have to make money somehow. I totally get it. Our world runs on advertising. But I do think it's kind of a shame that they just straight up are like, boom, stream just stopped for anybody that either isn't subscribed or whatever, and you just have to miss that minute of whatever goes on. I don't know. It's really interesting. The adverts on Twitch really annoy me. Yeah, yes, I think they annoy us all. Yeah, see? A lot of people will stop. A lot of people will say, you know what? I'm not going to stick around if there's going to be this ad. So I'm not really sure how Twitch is really supposed to fix that unless there's a way they can run an ad at the same time as the stream. But then, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so it was a community channel point challenge for me to read my book aloud. And so I'm on chapter 6 and I'm about to read chapter 6. I have all the rest of the chapters leading up to this one on my YouTube channel if you feel so inclined to go and listen to them. Every once in a while there's an interruption because of my child or something like that. Definitely not a professional audiobook, but especially when the streamer talks to you specifically and then the advert plays. Yep, yes, I know. I always try to give my people a heads up and be like, hey, there's going to be an ad in 5 minutes. Sometimes I forget. But we're good now, at least for 50 minutes. Oh, it gave me 50 minutes. Oh, okay. Chapter 6. Finn Covington's eyes itched with tiredness. He yawned, lowering his paintbrush as he wearily wiped his brow with the back of a paint-spattered hand. He gazed up at his newest piece of work, its paint still gleaming as it dried on the wall before him. The woman's face was serene, and her long blonde hair fell in golden sheets down her shoulders. She looked happy and proud. She looked just the way Finn remembered her. Finn climbed down his ladder, wiping again at his face. He was tired, and he'd been here for close to 4 hours already. He needed sleep. Shutting the ladder with a snap, Finn leaned it against the nearest wall. Then he closed his eyes and inhaled deeply. He could almost smell her perfume mixed in with the drying paint, the flowery scent he'd always loved. He looked down at the brush in his hand, squeezing it tightly. It was old, but it had once been hers, one of her favorites, in fact. Before his mother died, Finn loved watching her work in her home studio. He'd been able to watch her paint for hours, mesmerized by how she turned lines and brush strokes into beautiful pictures. Her studio was their place, the place where she told him stories, dabbed paint on his nose, and brought all of his imaginings to life on canvas. It was where she taught him his numbers, his letters, and of course, his colors. Finn shook his head, carefully washing his brush in the small sink near the back of the warehouse. 13 years had passed since he lost her, and yet the pain felt as fresh as the very day it happened. Her absence was a constant ache, one that plagued him from the moment he woke in the morning to when sleep finally overtook him at night. Finn laid the clean paintbrush gently on a white towel, taking care that all of its bristles faced the same direction. He still remembered the way his father looked at him, the tears in his eyes, and the way he'd tried to explain to his 5-year-old son what had happened to his mother. "It was an accident, Finn," he said, gripping Finn's little shoulders. "It wasn't anyone's fault." Finn closed his eyes, then turned to put his paints away. They were his mother's too. The ones he'd been able to keep, anyway. He gazed at his shelves, deciding he needed more space as he shifted a few jars. His collection was mesmerizing, the hundreds of colors making a perfect rainbow along the wall. There was something soothing in the way they all seemed to blend together, their caps ending and beginning perfectly beside one another, and Finn ran a hand along them before making his way to the door. He passed the heap of broken canvases, the remains of what once hung in his mother's studio, and told himself he'd go through them tomorrow. He'd been meaning to do it since he'd found this place, but he'd never had the strength. They were beyond repair. Finn knew that, And he could just as easily recreate them himself, but they'd been hers. They'd been touched by her, created by her, and he simply couldn't bring himself to get rid of them. Finn paused, taking one last look around him to make sure everything was in order. The warehouse was unrecognizable from the building he'd found abandoned 3 months ago, and it glowed with the physical representation of Finn's passion. The painted walls, alive and teeming with color and warmth, stretched before him, and he hesitated before finally switching off the light. This place made him feel the same way his mother's studio once did. It was his sanctuary. Finn collapsed into his car, stifling another yawn as he massaged his hands. He was so tired, and yet he hesitated before starting the ignition. Why not sleep here? He should put a mattress or a couch inside the warehouse. That way, he'd never have to return home again. He rubbed his eyes, feeling his phone buzz in his pocket. It was a message from his old security guard, Benteen Tamor. Haven't seen you in a while, and Nora is worried about you, it read. Come by tomorrow and prove to her you're still alive. Finn smiled sadly, putting the phone back into his pocket. He felt guilty ignoring both Benteen and his wife after everything they'd done for him. Finn might be 18, a legal adult, but refusing his own security detail after 6 years of dedicated service was a poor way to repay someone. Benteen and Nora were the only good things that came from Finn's stepmother's presidency. Finn sighed, pulling his wallet from his pocket. The photo he slipped from its folds was old and wrinkled, and the top left corner was torn away. In it, his mother and father laughed happily beside him, their faces squished together in the photo booth. Finn remembered how much he'd begged them to take him to Skytown for his 5th birthday, only to end up being too small to ride most of the rides. They all looked so happy, and Finn smoothed the photo with a finger. It was the only real picture he had left of his mother, courtesy of Scarlet. Scarlet. Finn closed his eyes, the familiar rage toward his stepmother surging through his body. His life, which was already a living hell before she'd even met his father, became nothing short of torture once she came along. Finn shook his head, putting the photo back into his wallet, but he faltered when he saw movement outside his window. In one of the darkened alleys nearby, someone stumbled toward him. Slowly, Finn reached a hand below his seat, his fingers brushing against his gun. Oh no, I gotta do this accent. Let's see if I can do it right. Forgive me if it doesn't sound very good. I had to perfect it for my audiobook. You want to be alone? That's fine, Benteen said when he'd presented it to Finn on his 18th birthday. But you're going to learn how to use this so you can protect yourself. Whether you like it or not, your status makes you a target, so you'd better be prepared. Exhaling slowly, Finn curled his fingers around the gun's handle as he watched the figure move closer. In all the time he'd been coming to the industrial district, he'd never seen one other person. The figure stopped, placing a hand against the wall. It swayed slightly. Then a girl stumbled into the dim light surrounding Finn's warehouse, looking frantically in every direction. Her hair fell in odd angles around her face, and she clutched the tattered remains of a blouse to her chest. Finn stared at her in disbelief, instantly releasing his grip on the gun. She was covered in blood. It matted her hair and stained her clothes. Finn hastily opened his car door. Hello? He called softly, but the girl jumped as though she'd been electrocuted. Are you okay? Did someone attack you? The girl shrank away from him as he climbed out of his car. Don't come near me, she cried. Don't you touch me! Finn raised both hands in surrender. It's all right, he said. I'm not going to. I have to get home. Do you hear me? The girl demanded, cutting him off. She sounded close to tears as she glanced over her shoulder. I can't stay here. I have to get home. Finn considered her, eyeing her swollen split lip. I think you need to get to the hospital, he said, but the girl shook her head so violently that she staggered sideways. Or Finn said, spreading his hands. I can take you home. Where do you live? The girl didn't answer as she twisted the remains of her blouse around her hands. No, you don't understand, she said finally. I'm not from here. Finn's brows furrowed. Pardon? He asked. You aren't from... Ixis, the girl said. I came into the station on a sea yacht. It was an accident and I shouldn't have... Her voice petered away apprehensively. Then she shuddered. My family doesn't know I'm here and I have no way to contact them. I have to get back. Finn's brain seemed to have jammed, and he watched the girl with his mouth hanging open. Look, he said, let's get you home. You've clearly had a rough night. I don't live here, the girl said shrilly, letting go of her blouse. I live on the surface. That's where I just came from, but something malfunctioned at the station. She stumbled forward then, clasping her hands together. Please, I have to get home. Finn blinked a few times in surprise, trying to make sense of what the girl just said. Did she have some sort of head injury? Well, he said slowly. Then he paused, thinking of Benteen and Nora. They wouldn't mind if he showed up this late, would they? Why don't I take you someplace safe, he offered. Then we can get this all figured out. The girl seemed to hesitate before nodding. Then she looked nervously at Finn's car. Does your car... Do we have to fly? She asked, still sounding close to tears. Finn stared at her uncomprehendingly, then turned his gaze to his car. It was almost brand new, another failed attempt of his father's to buy his appreciation. Its curved silver body shimmered softly in the dim warehouse light, and Finn was suddenly thankful he kept it so meticulously clean. Not if you don't want to, he said, turning back to the girl. We can stay on the roads. She nodded, but said nothing as she moved to the passenger door. Her expression was one of frantic worry as she climbed inside, and Finn returned to his seat feeling more bewildered than ever. Are you sure you don't want to go to the hospital? No, I'm fine. But your lip is... I know. Finn fell silent as he led the girl up Benteen's front walk. He decided, after their incredibly uncomfortable drive, that she must be suffering from a head injury. Not only did she refuse to answer any of his questions, she also asked where his steering wheel was and demanded he actually drive his own car. It took him 10 minutes to convince her to let him use the autopilot, and she spent the rest of the drive staring out the window with wide, unblinking eyes. Finn knocked loudly on Benteen's door, sneaking another glance at the girl's matted red hair and split lip. He shuddered. Who would do such a thing to anyone, let alone a girl? Finn? Nora's voice came from a crack in the door, her pale, round face looming from a dark hallway behind her. She wore a bright pink bathrobe, her short blonde hair tousled from sleep, and Finn suddenly felt guilty for waking her. What's the matter? She asked, opening the door wider. Is everything... She gasped when her eyes fell on the girl, but Finn cut her off before she could say anything else. Can we come in? He asked, glancing again at the girl. It's an emergency. Nora stepped out of their way, pulling the door closed behind them. I'm sorry it's so late, Finn apologized. Is Benteen here? He's working late, Nora said, taking the girl gently by the arm and leading her to one of the couches in the living room. Then she pointed to a fluffy blanket that lay on a chair beside Finn. Bring that over here, please, she ordered, and Finn did as he was told. I think she might be in shock, he mumbled, as Nora placed the blanket around the girl's trembling shoulders. Or she has a head injury. She wasn't really making any sense when I found her. What happened to her? Nora asked. Where did you find her? Well, Finn hesitated. She said she doesn't live here. She said she lives on the surface. Nora looked sharply over at Finn, but in that same moment, the girl lifted her face. Please, she implored, her swollen lip trembling. I can't stay here. I have to get back. Finn stared at the girl. Her eyes were the strangest eyes he'd ever seen. Half of each iris was a deep, rich emerald green, while the other half was a solid gold. "What's your name?" Nora asked, gently patting the girl on the arm. She hesitated for a moment when the girl turned to face her, and Finn knew she was surprised by the girl's eyes as well. "My name is Amelia. Amelia Pritchett," the girl said, looking down at her feet. "I wasn't supposed to come here. It was an accident. I wasn't supposed to. I shouldn't have. It all happened so fast. The sea yacht just began to rise, and I didn't have time to think." Finn exchanged glances with Nora. "Can I get you something to drink?" she asked, clearing her throat, but the girl only shook her head. "No, I'm fine. She faltered, her wide eyes suddenly filling with tears. Then she burst into terrified sobs. Nora placed an arm around the girl's shoulders, squeezing them gently as she cried. Finn continued to stare at her. He'd heard her correctly, hadn't he? She said she was from the surface. "Amelia," Nora said softly as the girl continued to cry, "I think what you need is rest after what's happened to you. You're more than welcome to stay here. I have a guest room ready upstairs." The girl shook her head, muttering words like fainting, blood, along with someone named Lars, and Nora gave Finn a worried look. Finn wished they could calm the girl down. He wanted to know what happened to her, why her eyes were so strange, and why she thought she was from the surface. But it soon became clear that the girl was not in any position to say any more, so Finn glanced at Nora and whispered, "I'll go, but I'll be back in the morning." Nora nodded, giving him a strained smile. Then he turned and left through the front door with his mind buzzing. Finn still remembered, with frightening clarity, the nightmares he'd experienced as a small child after learning everyone on the surface died of solarium. Images of rotting corpses would flash across his vision as he ran, panicked, to his mother's bedside. She was always so comforting, pulling him into bed with her where she stroked his hair until he was calm. "It's all right, sweetheart," she'd say. "You're safe here. We're all safe here." But this girl with the strange eyes, she seemed certain she actually lived on the surface. Was it possible there were people down there and that they'd miraculously survived for all these years? The absurdity of this thought made Finn snort irritably as his car pulled up the front drive. The idea that anyone had survived the worst pandemic the world had ever seen was laughable. But those eyes... Finn's thoughts continued to wander as he quietly made his way to the kitchen. He was tired, but he was also starving after finding that strange girl. He needed to find something he could... Angry voices echoed from down the hallway, and Finn froze where he stood. Recognizing Scarlett's voice and fully aware that the sight of him would not be a welcome one, Finn darted inside the pantry. 2 people entered the room just as he pulled the door closed, leaving only a small crack through which he could see. The sight of them made Finn's stomach churn with resentment. Scarlett, looking pristine in a crisp black dress and dangerously tall heels, stormed over to the counter with a face like thunder. Her dark eyes burned in the dim light of the kitchen, and she snarled viciously as she rounded on her chief of security, Sandon Lucas. "Isn't that what they're there for?" she exploded, grabbing his shirt and shoving him from her. "The pulses have never failed us before, so why now? What happened?" Sandon adjusted his tie, sweeping a dark lock of hair from his smooth face. He couldn't have been more than 10 years older than Finn himself, with broad, powerful shoulders and a smile that made most women melt. "Sea yachts are manufactured in Ixis," he said smoothly, his clear blue eyes looking like 2 chips of ice. "The pulses only work on foreign technology, and since the girl came here in a..." "Do you have any idea what people in this city would do if they found out where this girl came from?" Scarlett hissed. She grabbed a salt shaker from the kitchen counter and threw it at Sandon's head. "She has to be found, Sandon. I want to know how she even got past the sea yacht security in the first place." "I understand," Sandon said, throwing his arms up over his head. The shaker missed him by a few inches, shattering on the floor behind him. You have to trust me, Scarlet. I'm going to do everything I possibly can to find her. Finn had never seen Sandin so flustered, and he smiled in spite of himself. He hated Sandin almost as much as he hated Scarlet. You'd better, Scarlet growled, raising a threatening finger. Her pointed face, normally smooth and supple thanks to her many Elison treatments, now turned a nasty shade of purple. She slammed both palms down on the counter. That girl poses the largest threat this city has ever faced. Finding her is your top priority. I will, Sandin began, but Scarlet cut him off. And when you do find her, she snarled, I want her brought straight to me. I want to know who sent her here and how. Then I'll dispose of her myself. No one can know she is in the city. No one. Of course, Sandin said, eyeing the shattered salt shaker. I will find her. After all I did. After all of my hard work, Scarlet muttered, more to herself than to Sandin. This could ruin me. Ruin everything. She paced back and forth, her heels clicking on the floor while Sandin watched silently. That station, she snapped. I want it under constant surveillance. I want the security doubled. No, tripled. So if anyone even sneezes near it, I will know. She stopped pacing, placing her hands on the countertop as her chest heaved with emotion. Then she straightened, curling her hands into fists at her sides. She looked like a child throwing a tantrum. The residents of this city cannot find out there are still people down there, she spat, and Finn's hand tightened on the door handle. As far as they're concerned, the surface is still deadly, still contaminated, and still empty. I refuse to allow this girl to destroy everything I've worked so tirelessly to protect. She looked up at Sandin, her dark eyes blazing. I'm counting on you, she said. Have I ever given you a reason not to? Sandin asked, his lips twitching in a smile, and Scarlet's eyes narrowed dangerously. There were two burning black pools, and Finn had to give Sandin credit for standing his ground. Find her, she demanded. This is your job on the line, Sandin. I can bring your world to a screeching halt with one word. At this, Sandin's chiseled face turned pink, and he took a step toward her, saying, You don't have anyone to blame for this but yourself. You'll remember that it was I who told you to tear that station down before there were any accidents. Scarlet raised a hand to hit Sandin across the face, but he grabbed her wrist before she had a chance to do so. They stood, staring at one another, until Sandin suddenly pulled Scarlet to him and kissed her. Horrified, Finn resisted the urge to retch, covering his mouth with his free hand. The security footage is useless, Sandin said softly. The camera lens was covered by something, by someone. Scarlet swore loudly. Red hair isn't common, Scarlet, Sandin said. I will find her. He paused, tracing a finger along her chin. The only question that remains is, how will I know when I find her? Am I supposed to march every girl with red hair in this city into the eyes, Scarlet interrupted, causing Finn to stiffen. They will be golden, or partly golden, anyway. It's an effect of the solarium. It was a side effect I saw in my research on the surface years ago. When you see her, you'll know. Golden eyes? Sandin asked, his hand still on Scarlet's wrist. Word would travel quickly if someone saw eyes like that. He brought her hand to his lips, and once again Finn resisted the urge to gag. I'll find her, Scarlet, Sandin promised. She has nowhere to run. He smiled, but it was Scarlet this time who leaned forward and pressed her lips against his. I'm tired, she said when she pulled away, Sandin's hand finally releasing her. And you have work to do. I will see you in the morning, Sandin. Without another word, she turned on her heel and marched from the kitchen, tossing her long black hair over her shoulders as she went. Sandin didn't follow Scarlet immediately. He stood by the counter, staring anxiously at something Finn couldn't see. Finally, he, too, left the kitchen. Finn listened to Sandin's footsteps fade down the hallway before letting go of the pantry door handle. It was slick with sweat, and he wiped his hand on his jeans. He waited an agonizing 10 full minutes before creeping noiselessly to the stairs, then took them 2 at a time until he reached his room. Finn shut his door, pressing his back against it as his eyes darted around the dark room. He thought of the girl with the golden eyes, his heart slamming against his ribcage, and realized his world had just turned completely upside down. This is a good chapter. Oh, yeah! Why is everything getting so cray-cray? That was a good chapter. Way to go, self. I almost botched the very last line. I get nervous when I read aloud and my body seizes up and then I feel like I'm shaking and then I shake my microphone because I have my book on my table. Woo. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's fantastic. That makes me happy. Jordachi's already finished the book, so he knows what happens. And now, moving from one story to another, I have so many thoughts and ideas of, you know, my whole sequel and everything that happens in the sequel and everything. And I just don't have the energy to prioritize writing. It's so hard. It's so hard with a baby, and you know, she sleeps twice a day, but I don't get 2 naps. I get 1 nap in the morning and I sleep during that nap, because her second nap, if she takes one at all, because she didn't today, I have to go get Charlotte at the bus stop and I don't get time to do anything. Do I ever get flashbacks to when I recorded this for my audiobook? Yes. I can remember like certain things being pronounced, like me saying things in a certain way. The hardest thing for me with the audiobook was volume control, because, and this isn't a spoiler, but I will be honest, I wish I had written Scarlet slightly differently. I think people who are quietly angry are a lot more frightening than people who lose their tempers. And I don't really know why I chose to do that with this character, but it is what it is and it's done, and you know, whatever. But I kind of wish I had written her to be more of a calm rage rather than, oh, Raya, you're sweet. Well, thank you. If you want to, you can listen to the other chapters. They're all on my YouTube channel at the beginning of the last, 6 streams or 7 streams, 6 streams. But I really wish I would have kind of written her slightly differently. I remember watching an interview with Emily Blunt, who did a voice of the bad pony in the My Little Pony movie. And she said, I've always believed that calm rage is more frightening than like explosive rage. Voldemort is the same way. Voldemort is very, like, he's deadly when he's angry, and it's palpable. You can feel it, but he rarely loses his temper. His calm rage is a lot more frightening than his like explosive rage. So I do kind of wish I had kind of written that a little differently, but whatever, it is what it is. But I do have flashbacks, and I recorded my audiobook literally sitting in my closet, my tiny little closet in my apartment in Austin. I had blankets over all the clothes. I had blankets over every inch except the ceiling. I had those blankets up for months. Poor Ander, he had to deal with getting his clothes out from underneath those blankets, and he never complained. But I thought it was going to be like a 2-week process. I thought I was going to record like 3 chapters a day. It dragged on for so long because of me, because I couldn't let go of certain things. And my engineer was finally like, you have to allow yourself to just be done. You're never going to be fully happy with it. And of course, the more times you listen to it, the more times, like, I feel like I sound like this. I feel like I'm talking like this. By the time I've listened to it so many times, I'm like, this sounds terrible. Nobody's going to want to listen to this. This is just a tragedy. I should just give up right now. And after I had recorded almost every chapter, I got this wild hair to re-record the whole thing. And Ander was like, you're insane. It's fine. Just leave it. Even your engineer, even Manuel will tell you, don't start over. You've come way too far to start over now. but I'd never done it before. So I had, there was a learning curve. For any of you that have thought about possibly getting into like voice acting or audiobooks or whatever, it is not a walk in the park. It is not what you think it is. Totally not what you think it is. Could it potentially be really, like fulfilling and really great? Sure. But it's not as easy as just sitting down and reading lines. Not at all. And then, of course, volume control, like when Scarlett yells or when Amelia yells or whoever yells, I had to make sure my volume was right because I didn't want my volume to be like this. That makes a lot of work for my engineer. And my engineer was like, don't adjust your volume at all unless you absolutely have to. Find the sweet spot and then leave it there. But there were a few times where, because I'm an animated person and I didn't want to read the book, it drives me nuts when I listen to audiobooks where there's a line and then it says they yelled, but there was no effort to even make it sound like anybody yelled. I'm just an expressive reader, and so I wanted to make it sound as close to what it probably would sound like in real life. Like if somebody yelled something, I didn't scream into the microphone, but I've listened to books before where they're like, "Get over here," they yelled. I'm like, what? That was not a yell. Come on now. Did you put your name in the goblet of fire? I mean, doesn't he ask? No. He asks calmly because he knows. He knows. I mean, let's be honest. Dumbledore knew Harry did not put his name in the goblet of fire. And what's funny about that is nobody should have even... All they had to do was compare handwriting. That's all they had to do. Because Harry was not the person to put his name in that goblet. And they didn't even do that. Like, not to mention... Oh, this is going to get me off on a whole different topic. But not to mention, they would have had to enter him under a different school. So what school was he entered under? Plot holes. Plot holes. Oh, wow, that was loud in my ears. I forgot I turned this volume up when I was playing with Charlotte. Oh my gosh, wow. Woo! I hope that wasn't loud for you guys. Maybe that was loud for you guys. I don't know. I forgot that it was even playing. Wow. Okay, we are moving from one story to the next. Oh, that's right. I'm by myself. And where does this go? I don't know. Every time I listen to the Harry Potter series, I come across more plot holes. But the series is still fantastic. It's still great, and I still love it, and I will love it until the day I die. But there are definitely moments where I'm like, that didn't really make sense or whatever. But I mean, think about the sprawling world that Harry Potter is. Of course there are going to be some plot holes. I mean, really. She did a magnificent job, though, ultimately. And I'm just waiting for the day that they do they remake all the movies into a series instead. Somebody's trying to come into my room. Are you going to bed? Okay.
What you doing, yo?
I am playing Final Fantasy VII. You look sleepy. I love you, darling. Sleep well. I'll see you in the morning. Okay. Sweetheart, I've already passed the Hell House.
What?
Like I said, it's different. It's not a boss in this one. I can show it to you on YouTube. I've literally only seen one. And Genova doesn't come for a while. I was under the impression that you saw her a lot earlier than you actually do. It's probably because the remake. Oh my gosh. I can make a sleeping bag. Wow. Struggle bus, all aboard the struggle bus. Okay, sounds like a plan. Oh man, I don't have COVID as a hotkey. I'll have to put it in chat.
We all got COVID, yo.
Yeah, we all did. We all got COVID like a couple weeks ago.
That's right.
Charlotte. It sucked. But you know what? It could have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse, but it still sucked. We're late! It's my fault. Yeah, right. Don't blame me. Am I running? Yes. I'm... I look like I'm wearing flippers. Where do I... Don't get me any madder than I already am. Good. Good, good. That's good writing. Where am I going? Through here? Gosh dang. Apparently, that was right. Okay. Oh, this is the part. I can't do this. Okay. I've never been able to do this. Have any of you been able to do this properly? I've never been able to do this properly. I always like end up running around in like 9 different directions. Okay, it's gonna be broadcast on live TV. If you look bad, the whole Junon army will look bad. Yeah. Just sneak in from the back. Don't mess up the row. And no matter what you do, don't try to go in the front. Great. Okay, I can do this. Let's go. How many times have I played this game? Like 4 times? I don't think I've ever been able to do this, actually. Are we waiting on the ratings to go up? Oh, they're gonna plummet. I'm gonna make them plummet. I'm marching. Okay. This is gonna be so bad. Charge. Oh, dang it. I thought I did it. What the heck? I was right there. I hate this. Oh. Oh, I did it on the second try. I don't even know what was that soldier doing? I don't know. Are the points up? This is terrible. Am I fired? I got somebody fired. Well, they sent me a bomb. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Oh, I sped it up. Oh, that's why. All of a sudden, everything got really fast. Okay. Here he is, the man himself. Okay. X-A-B-Y. I know this. I know this. I think. I just re-listened to the entire Harry Potter series, and I could totally re-listen to it again. That's how much I love it. I'll post that video I found earlier today of how Harry Potter should have ended. I'll post that on the Discord. Yeah, ha 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 ha. Just need to tell you, stop laughing like that. I think he hits him. Stop that stupid horse laugh. And he's like, ha, okay. Times are a-changin'. Oh, let's all get on the ship. Oh, that's where you first meet Genova. Okay. Things are different in the remake. Wait a minute. I thought we were supposed to perform. Is that me? Yep, that's me. There's my classic cloud shrug. Everything sucked. You did terrible. You did a terrible job. What a disaster. Yeah, well, I tried. Well, the man in the black cape's been roaming the city, but we can't find him. There it is again. Yeah, the remake really wanted to throw in a lot of exciting things that this game kind of have as a slow burn. And I guess I kind of understand because honestly, I think I don't care. Does he hit me? Oh no. He just doesn't give me a break. Great. I think the first remake, I really truly think they were like, well, we're gonna do this and let's just see what happens and let's see if everybody likes it or not. I'm really curious to see how they do with the second one now that they've gotten all this feedback from everybody about the first one. I'm really curious to see how that one does. When is it going to be released? Like 2035? Forever? 2000 never? It's going to be 2000 never. Okay, we're going to do our little thing. This is when you practice. Okay. Remember it! Oh, am I? No, I'm not doing this. I do know these. A, X. I was getting nervous. Okay, yes, I will try. Oh, what? Oh, we're just going in a circle. I am ahead of the game. Ooh, that was closer. They're like waiting a beat. I've got it. I can totally do this. This is a lot easier done than trying to make it into that line. Man. Wow, awesome! He's like, yeah, you can also spin your guns around your head. That's totally easy to do. Can I save again and make sure I don't have to do any of that again? Yes! Fantastic. As much as I love Harry Potter, I have to agree with Jordachi. I think Vader would win in a fight between Voldemort and Vader. I really do. I don't think the Force has anything on Harry Potter spells. Not that Harry Potter spells aren't powerful, I just think they are flawed when dealing with that. Is that rude? He always has an extra pair of sunglasses on him in the remake. You're always breaking his sunglasses and he's always pulling out an extra pair. He must have like 6 pair. He carries 6 pairs with him everywhere. Pairs? 6 pair? 6 pairs. Yes. What? I don't even hurt. Oh, this is the okay, all right. Lightsabers don't mess around. Oh, that's right. There are lightsabers too. I don't know. I think Voldemort would meet his match. Am I supposed to be going into all these rooms? What is even in these places? Okay. Can I buy stuff here? Okay, there are like these little dolls that you can collect in this game, which is super weird. I never realized there's like a mini... No, I don't know. There's like a mini... I think you can collect like 30 of them. I think I only have ever found like 2. I don't think I'm supposed to do this yet. Oh. What? Protects against darkness, protects against sleep. Wow. Those are both important things to protect against, but I don't have enough money. Well, I guess I could buy 1 of each. I think I can come back and do all of this when I am not dressed as a soldier. When I'm not back in my soldier uniform. Yeah, I think Vader would probably win. Oh, here it is. Okay. What did we start with? A. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. What? He flipped it around on me! Rude! Oh, shoot. Did I do the right thing? No. Oh, what? Okay, I got that one right. Oh, we're so close. We're gonna turn away from the president. Makes perfect sense. That makes no sense. Well, we're over 100. 120. I keep jumping the gun. Wow, this is forever. I don't know how to finish. I just pushed a button. Yay! Oh, Red's back there! He's shaking his head. He's like, oh man. Well done. Keep up the good work for Shinra. So I can speed this up. Special bonus! Ooh, whatever that is. Thank you, sir! Once the word gets out that Sephiroth's here, Cloud and his friends will show up too. We'll crush them as soon as we find them. I thought I told you to stop laughing that stupid laugh. Yeah. He gets mad. I'm gonna take my anger out on everybody else. Alright, that wasn't so bad. I got like 130 points that don't really mean anything. That's okay. Alright, I'm gonna get on that ship. Ooh. I think, yeah, we can come back to Junon, right? Oh, shoot, maybe I should have bought that stuff if I'm gonna fight Genova. Well. Okay. Ethers are helpful. Woo. Oh, praise Kalulu. Oh man, I don't have my team with me. Dang it. I finally got another all. Who is who? Okay, that's Aerith. I don't know. An airship. Oh, that's right. We do ride that airship, don't we? We circle back. I'm trying to remember who all my people are. I think this is Tifa. Yes. I really hate this uniform. It's true. Okay, there's Tifa. Wow. I struggle with this every single time. I cannot aim when everything is sped up. It is a bad situation. Oh, there's Red. Right? How do you walk on 2 feet? Humans only look at appearances anyway. Oh, there's a save point. That's good. The song reminds me just a teeny bit of the pirate part in Wind Waker. Isn't there a pirate part in Wind Waker? I played Wind Waker a long time ago. And you know what? I liked Wind Waker, but I feel like I played it too late to really... Like, I had already played Twilight Princess and, like, Minish Cap and all that stuff by the time I played Wind Waker. And so it just was not, I don't know. It was fun. And the story was cool, I guess. I felt like it was cumbersome going around and like having to change the direction of the wind and all that stuff. But I've been to the Zelda Symphony multiple times. And I remember, sitting next to a girl one time. I think I've been to the Zelda Symphony 3 times. And I think 18. Oh, I better buy one of those. And I remember asking her what her favorite Zelda game was, and she said Wind Waker without any hesitation. She was like, oh, Wind Waker. I love Wind Waker. And when they did the Wind Waker, I was like, man, everybody freaking loves the Wind Waker, and I just didn't see it. I don't know. Call me crazy. I don't remember how to do this. I feel like you're supposed to, so you talk to everybody and then that guy moves out of the way. Like, I can't get through there? Oh, wait a minute. Can I leave this way? Oh, no. What the heck, man? It's pretty hard standing on 2 feet. Poor guy. You're doing a great job, buddy. Great job. You're doing awesome. I think you tell him you're tired. Invisible Alpha. Invisible Alpha? Sure. What the heck? I don't understand. You're supposed to go find Barrett, who totally looks completely out of place. I don't remember. I've talked to everybody, haven't I? Maybe not you. I'm mega confused. Wind Waker's ending was awesome. You know what? I can't even really remember Wind Waker's ending. That's what I needed. That was the trigger. I think he's gone now. Yes. I do remember liking the Ganon. I thought the Ganon was a good Ganon. But you know what? I also really liked Skyward Sword. I really did. I liked Skyward Sword a lot. I know that game got a lot of hate, but I really, really liked it. It had a lot of dungeons, which I really, really liked. Yeah, like he totally sticks out like a sore thumb. Well, maybe not, because his arm is covered. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Don't do anything stupid, Barrett. Don't do it. Oh, what? A stowaway? Crap. Oh, wait. Nope, nope. I remember now. I really liked... I thought Skyward Sword was great, but I did think I was annoyed that they reused bosses. That was my biggest beef with Skyward Sword. I did think the moves were a little cumbersome with the Wiimote and all of that stuff. I mean, it was fine. I did try to stream it once, though. I made it about halfway through the game, and it was really cumbersome to be sitting here in front of, like, my whole stream setup and have to, like, move the Wiimote around. I kept hitting my table and everything. It was not ideal. I did not get the version for the Wii, or, I'm sorry, wow, the Switch. Because I just didn't. But I didn't really want to spend the money on it since I technically already own it for the Wii. It's not my favorite Zelda game, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I liked the story. I liked the fact that Zelda was a strong female lead. I really enjoyed it, but it did have, however, one of the most disappointing bosses out of the entire Zelda franchise. And that was the boss to the pirate ship. The pirate ship was one of the coolest dungeons in the whole game, but the boss was easily one of the most disappointing Zelda bosses I've ever come across. One of the most disappointing bosses in any game I've ever played, ever. I feel like. Changed my mind. It was so disappointing. Wow. It was bad. Oh, I guess we all changed. Or some of us changed. Okay. I have an all materia, so all restore, all sense, long range, steel, fire. What does all lightning? Okay. Restore, fire, ice. I'm gonna do Oh, we have summons. That's right. Okay. I will give you Shiva, my dude. Man, do you guys remember when this game first came out? And I was in absolute awe when the summons were used. It was the most epic thing I'd ever seen in a game. It was so exciting. Oh my gosh. The summons were so exciting. They do them differently in the remake, but man, it was so cool. I just remember being like, that thing's on your side? That's amazing. A suspicious character. Oh. Eh. Oh, yep, here it is. Okay, wait. Can I get that treasure? Oh. What? Oh, that's right. I got something. I remember now. Oh, well, okay. I did like Wind Waker, though. You know what I really liked, though? I really liked Minish Cap. I thought Minish Cap was great. It was very, very addicting to grab those little, like, you got, like, halves of these little, like, tokens, and you had to find people that matched them. That was really, really fun. It was kind of a silly side game. And actually, so when you got them, I don't even remember what they were called. I don't know how many of you played Minish Cap, but you got these like halves of these little tokens and you had to try and match them with other people's. And when, oh, apparently I can't see worth a darn. Missing all my people. Wow. Great job, everybody. Awesome. And when you walked up to somebody and they had like, oh, they were called kinstones. That's what they were called. They were called kinstones. And when you walked up to somebody and you were talking to them, if they had a kinstone to trade with you or to match with you, they would, these little like thought bubbles would come up above their head and they would like imagine a kinstone. And it was so exciting to find somebody that had a kinstone that you could match because you got cool stuff for matching kinstones. And I remember in the very first time, I think I've played Minish Cap twice. Maybe I've only played. No, I think I've played it twice. And I remember coming across a person that had a kinstone, like they had a little kinstone thought above their head. And for some reason, I didn't right away match with them because I needed to be somewhere or whatever. And I remember I was like, I'll come back to this. And when I went back, he didn't have a kinstone to match with me anymore. And I was always so salty about it. And I'm still salty about it. I feel like I missed out on something really great. And I'm so mad. It's so stupid. Power wrist. Wait, I can't use these things? Oh, no. That's an accessory. Yeah. Force Stealer. Oh, Wind Slash is one of those things. Does anybody use Yuffie? You can come clean. You can admit it. Here, this is a safe place. Does anybody use Yuffie? Whatever her name is. I just find her obnoxious. I will give this to you. You should play Link's Awakening remake on stream. Oh, that's right. I've never played the Link's Awakening remake. I loved Link's Awakening. I saw a really cool cross-stitch somebody did of the Windfish. I will tell you, Windfish totally blew my mind. Definitely not what I expected. Wow. And actually, during one of those Zelda concerts, I got to listen to, oh, double growth. I got to hear the Ballad of the Windfish orchestrated. That was awesome. Okay, but now I have to switch. Oh, whoops. Okay, can you just oh, exchange. That's what I want to do. Okay. I just want to exchange lightning, restore. Okay. Lightning, Restore. So all these get double growth. Yeah. I have not decided yet if I'm gonna like grind at the very end and become completely unstoppable. Because that's really fun. I don't know. Maybe. All right. Let's do this. Here she comes. Here she comes. Some of the best video game music, in my opinion, ever. Here she is. The time has come. Look at what? Oh, there he is. I forgot about that. You're alive! Who are you? Cloud. What are you thinking? What are you doing? Yeah, see you later. Oh, I have to turn it up in my headphones. Hold on. Hold the phone. I need to turn this up because this is what like video game music dreams are made of. Okay, what's your deal? Oh, cool. Oh no! Crap. Oh, that was good. Bolt, fire, limit. 110. Doesn't each one have a weakness? I swear. You know what I just realized? I never changed my stream information. I always forget to do that. Gosh, dang it. And I know it's obnoxious for me to stop like mid-stream and do that, but I gotta update my info, man. I think that's all I need. This song is so great. Michael, remind me, have you played Final Fantasy VII? This song is so great. And if you think this song is great, you should listen to the remake version because it is chef's kiss. Oh my gosh. It is the crown jewel of the entire soundtrack. It's fantastic. Quake? Genova Birth. Okay. Whatever that means. Not too shabby. Ice. Okay, so far, Earth did the most out of any of those. Oh, what? Oh, snap. Wow, 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 wow. I think all the Genovas... Oh, no. Oh, oh. Is it bad enough yet? I think it is. I've never played Mass Effect, but if this reminds you of Mass Effect, that is great, because that is great music. So good. So good. Ooh. Let's do a summon, because summons are fantastic. They take a lot of magic, but they're very cool. Yeah, first time I ever used a summon, or I watched my brother use a summon, I was like, this thing is like on your side? This is an ally? Holy cow. Watch, it'll be like 120. Oh! That's not so bad. Oh no. Okay. I can't remember what is more. Fire, ice, bolt? They're all the same. Can you only use summons one time? I don't remember that. How much does it... Wow, that's as much as my magic. Okay, here I am using up all this MP. Oh, that was not as good. Definitely not as good. That doesn't... Ooh! Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well Barrett does need fire. Hold on. Oh, that's right. I can cure everybody. No, I don't want to cure her. Good gracious, no. Oh, man. Yes. Man, the first time I heard this song in the remake, I was all alone. And there's a compilation on YouTube. You can watch everybody as their... What? Why does my magic suck as Barrett all of a sudden? Everything sucks. Does he have a problem? Is he, like, blind or... Ooh. But there are, like, compilations on YouTube of all these streamers, the reactions when they hear the remake. What? Way to go, Cloud. You're my boy. That's great. This is good. This is good situation. I played it for 5 minutes 20 years ago. Oh, so this is all like relatively... Yes! Take that, Genova Birth. Na 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 na. None of my guys even died. Woohoo! She gets a lot harder. Yeah, she is not. She can have... She is a bad situation. Whew. Yes, that's part of what... There are, like, multiple pieces to her. Everything sucks. New command. Everything sucks. When did I say that? I don't even remember saying that. Time is now. Heck no. No. Barrett, you just gotta deal, man. We just gotta go. I really want that materia, though. That is a summon materia. Red materia is a summon materia, so that's mine. Thank you. Yes. The way they did summons in the remake is pretty cool, too. I have to admit. It's pretty cool. And they are wonderful to watch. But I remember, like, when we played this, the Galaxy Hub in particular has this extremely addictive soundtrack. I love good soundtracks. And Genova really does have to be one of my favorite video game songs ever. I will give that to Wind Waker. So Wind Waker has... Wind Waker introduced us to Dragon Roost Isle, which the music for Dragon Roost Isle is fantastic. And had I not played Wind Waker, I never would have experienced Dragon Roost Isle. I actually have a... I have got an instrumental version of that as well. And it's great. Oh yeah, this is where we find Hojo. Like, in his lab coat on the beach. Yeah. We need to keep our mind on Sephiroth, people. This is not a vacay. Although I do need to buy some stuff. Need to buy some materia. Take a break and then head off. Let's go buy some materia. This is ridiculous. Okay, we're after Sephiroth. I'm gonna go swimming. No. I just want to buy some materia, maybe a new weapon, maybe a new, like, talisman or something, and then we are heading on out. We are going. Those the Turks? No. Oh yeah. Whoops. Too bad, Heidegger. Now I can turn this back down. This music isn't nearly as cool. And Charlotte really loves the Genova music. Oh my gosh. That's why I took her to the Final Fantasy VII concert in the first place. I thought for sure they would do Genova, and they never did. I was really disappointed. That was a whole reason we went. Was it amazing? Yes. Did Aerith's song make me cry? Yes. Did it make the whole audience cry? Yes. But then they played Jessie's theme? Ugh. I won't go into that. We already know. We all know how I feel about Jessie. Pardon me, sir, while I barge into your hotel room. Yeah. I mean, I've been to a couple video game live, like, concerts. I've been to quite a few, and they're a blast. If you can, I would say, if you can, go to Video Games Live, because it's literally a rock concert where they have, like, I mean, is that Johnny? Holy cow, it is. I was with you. We were in Soldier and childhood friends before that. You were such a playboy. And a murderer? Who are you? We'll just pretend like we don't know each other. I just remember seeing him, like, drooling outside the Honeybee Inn. He's had some big shocks and has been depressed lately. I am super confused. I'm not even going to pretend to know what just happened. Okay, Johnny. I'd like to find a gorgeous chick and have a good time. Okay, heal. So that heals, like, status effects. That heals, like, poison, darkness. Revive. You know what? I don't think I've ever used revive. I think I just used Phoenix Downs, although I hope someday you get to go, Bishop. I really do. They're great. They are super great. But my husband doesn't like going to concerts like that because he just says they're expensive, and he's like, I don't understand why you would spend all that money. But they are experiences that you do remember. Video Games Live was literally a rock concert. The MC played the electric guitar. I mean, it was a rock concert. There were, like, lasers. It was nuts. It was so fun. It was great. But I also lived in Austin, where Austin is very musical, and everything came through Austin. So I was kind of lucky in that respect. Seal. I don't feel like Seal really does that much good. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I also love the Blue Man Group. The Blue Man Group is also great. I've seen the Blue Man Group many times. I do blame that on my dad, though, because my dad is always one to... Every time we went on a trip when I was younger, I don't really know how my parents did this. Both my parents were teachers. Maybe they were just in a lot of debt. I don't know. But every time we went on a trip anywhere, we had to go see some show. Every time. My dad was always... It was all about culture. It was all about going to see some sort of play. Whether it was the Blue Man Group, we saw Stomp, we saw, like, I've seen... I saw 42nd Street on Broadway, and I saw The Lion King on Broadway. And I've seen all sorts of random little wackadoo things like that. Blue Man Group is great if you ever get a chance to see the Blue Man Group. I highly recommend seeing that one. And Stomp. Stomp is great too. Stomp is like percussion with just everyday things. Matchboxes, glasses, pots and pans, things like that. It's really great. Weirdly enough, we actually went to go see Stomp without my brother, who's the percussionist. I don't know. I also had parents that were very, like... That was just what they did. That's what they wanted to do, was go see shows like that. They were both very musical / my dad was a playwright, he was an actor / playwright / director. My mom was a musical person. So that was just a big part of our lives growing up, because that's what both my parents were passionate about. My parents weren't passionate about, like, sports and things like that. Okay, heal, revive. You know what? I want to see what else they have. Like, what is a soft? Oh. I feel like I'm coming up on some bad guys that constantly give you darkness, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of that at the end of the game. I swear there are these bad guys at the end of the game that do darkness all the time, and you have to have lots of eye drops. Antidote, cures poison, hyper. I hear a baby crying. Maybe? She did not take her second nap today, so I put her down for bed at 6:30 because I was like, girl, You gotta go to bed. She was so tired. Okay, well, is there not a weapons dealer here? Because that's kind of what I was hoping. Nope. Oh, she is crying. Hold on, just 1 second. Anders got it under control. Dad of the year. I just heard her crying and I was like, man, what the heck? Okay. If there was a weapons dealer, that would be stupendous, but I don't think there is. So if there isn't, I might as well buy Surf-ing, Sun Tan. I think I need to buy materia. Yep, there he is. Surrounded by ladies. He's laying on a beach chair in his lab coat. Seems totally... what do you want? Is that Hojo? It's the professor. So he left a letter of resignation. I do remember seeing that. He left a letter of resignation, and that's why Heidegger is in trouble, I think. Well, Heidegger is in trouble for multiple reasons, but I guess Rufus is all like antsy because Hojo just left and left a letter of resignation. Sometimes you just gotta do something like this. And what exactly are you doing? It should be obvious. I'm getting a tan. Yeah, well... I did see Sephiroth, and I fought his piece of his mama. The sped up is hilarious. Man, you don't fight Hojo until way later. Oh, poor Red, he just passed out. Poor guy. That's how I lounge on the beach too. Full lab coat. So she asks him about her mom. Is Genova an ancient? Do we all have the... Is Sephiroth an ancient? Head west. Okay. Who was it, Larry, that was like... Oh, he just passed out again. All right, head west. Thank you. I will buy some materia, and then I think I need to get... Shoot. I don't have a lot of money. I think I will buy Revive. Because I think the cool thing about Revive is the fact that when you are revived, it gives you, like, HP. And with the Phoenix down, I'm pretty sure it only gives you, like, 300 HP, which later on in the game is nothing. Even now, it's not much. So... Life and life 2. Okay. What exactly? No. Life? No. How do I figure out what it does? Restores life. Okay, but how much? Whatever. Okay. Wait. I do want to stay at an inn. I need to heal up all my people. I personally really love going to concerts. Ander does not. Ander is just... Oh, there's a downstairs. Would you look at that? Oh. Oh, nice. Oh, those items are free. Hey, Thanks. Thank you. What is a motor drive? Oh. But honestly, ever since I've had to actually like pay for concerts, I don't go nearly as often. But when I was younger and my parents would pay, we used to go relatively regularly, but it's kind of different when you have to pay. Protects against poison, that's what I have. Okay, wait. I want him to have the fire ring, and I want you to have the power wrist. That is good. You thought you heard rage? I don't have a hotkey for it anymore. I have to actually go in and, like, find it. Apparently, Leorin board screwed everything up. Power source. Power source. PowerPoint, PowerPoint, PowerPoint. All right, where is the inn? I need to rest my bones and then be on my way. Bar. Inn. Still can't aim. Oh my gosh. Do I talk to you? Yes. I must be tired. Cradled by the sound of the ocean, sweet dreams. Was Aerith on that bed? Didn't even notice that. So Charlotte's school today, they had a busted water pipe. And they had to bus all the kids until it was fixed. They had to bus all the kids to a different school nearby for them all to use the bathroom. I was like, okay. I got the email and they were like, yeah, we've got a busted water pipe. They're doing a lot of construction over by Charlotte's school. And I'm sure that's probably... Oh, what the... Oh, this is like a nesting doll. If you fight it for long enough, I think it has like two little ones. Yep, yeah. Okay, now we're fighting two. But I got the email today and they said, yeah, we have a busted water pipe, but we've got enough bottled water and, you know, we're ordering pizza for the students for lunch for those that, you know, needed, that were coming as what they call trays. And so when Charlotte got home, I was like, what happened at school today? I think they fixed it around like 11 or 12. And when Charlotte got home, I was like, so what happened at school today? And she said, oh, there was no water. So we took our first field trip. We went on a field trip to a different school to use the bathrooms. I was like, whoa, that's exciting. She didn't seem bothered at all. She was like, yeah, it was fine. Okay. Wait a minute. Aren't I? Wait. I'm supposed to get a car. Wait. Am I supposed to get a car? Who do I get a car from? West. We're supposed to go west. One of the things I love the most about the remake soundtrack is the fact that they take these songs. Oh, what? Ugh. Okay. They take these songs and they do like multiple versions of them. Because there are different situations where like it may be kind of a situation like this, but since there are certain versions that are more dramatic, but then there are certain versions that are just a little more, I don't know. It was done really, really well. And then even with boss fights, like there are certain boss fights where, you know, there are different kind of stages of the bosses. And so they had to kind of change the music up for that. And they just did such a wonderful job. It was really, really incredible. I don't know what it's like to think in music that way. I wish I did, but I just don't. I don't write music. I don't know how to do that. The basic melody is the same, but they just changed the theme. Fight, peace, etc. Yep, exactly. There's a scene, actually one of my favorites is it's that same battle theme. Oh, am I supposed to go here? No. I don't. Wow, cameras. Ugh. It's that same theme, but like you're looking for a bunch of kids, and they all you go into this area with Aerith where you're looking for a bunch of kids, and it's this music, but it's totally different, and it's awesome. It's so great. I love it. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite like renditions. It's very cool. It's Skarambo! Oh, listen, I feel sleeping issues, man. I have some. So we all got COVID a couple weeks ago, and it sucked and it was terrible, and we all suffered. But ever since then, like my baby had it, and so she was all off on her, you know, sleeping and everything. So I got all off on my sleeping, and oh, it was awful. It sucked. Oh, what? I just decided I really don't like this bad guy. Or these bad guys. They're just time consuming. Must be nice to have an army, like, inside you. Yes. Oh, so if you kill the main one, the rest of them die. Good to know. Fire, level up. Woohoo! Oh yeah, COVID. Do I have that on here? I must have that on here. Where is it? Oh, here it is.
We all got COVID, yo.
We all got COVID, yo. Am I going in the right direction? Isn't this to Wutai? Oh, nope. We are in the right place. Oh, man.
We all got COVID, yo.
Whoops, that is not what I meant to do. Sorry. Okay, well now I know how to do this. You just have to attack him. I thought you were supposed to... Okay. So my sleep is all sorts of messed up. So what happens is I usually, like, sleep kind of sort of poorly at night, and then I wake up early with Auden and get Charlotte to school, and I basically, like, power through... Can I not attack him? What? Okay. So I basically power through the morning, until Auden goes down for her first nap, and then I go down for her first nap as well. And then I'm screwed up for the next night, but I can't function during the day if I don't take that nap. It sucks. Oh, Bishop did COVID. Okay, I was like, did I double click that? The vaccine hit me really hard with sleep. That whole week I had to sleep way more than usual. I meant the Moderna booster. Dude, my booster also screwed me up, like, royally. Holy cow. It really, really messed me up. Oh, I love this music. Oh, what? Oh, these are the birds that... oh, wow. I really need to, like, cure all my dudes. I think these birds are electric somehow. I felt so crappy after I got my booster. The next day, oh, it was awful. Yes, these are like electric birds. I honestly felt like I was pregnant again. I felt like I had morning sickness again. I am totally not pregnant, but I felt that way. And it was such a struggle getting Charlotte to school on time that morning because I felt so sick. Oh, it was awful. I didn't get anything done that day. I was just in survival mode because I had Auden with me, so I had to just, like, lay around. Oh, it was awful. And, like, if I have to go to the bathroom, I can't just leave her out in the family room by herself. So I had to bring her into the bathroom with me, and yeah, it was a time. I kept thinking, if the booster was that bad, how bad was the virus without the booster? I heard some people caught COVID more than once, and it gave them long-term problems. Well, Michael's had COVID 3 times. I can't nap due to work. Every night I sleep for 3 hours or less, usually broken, like that since December. My doctor believes it's stress-related, but I'm not stressed any more than usual, so I don't know. Has your doctor given you any sort of like sleep aid? Yep, there he is, Sephiroth. I had my very first panic attack when I first moved to where we are now. It was like 2 years ago, maybe almost 3 years ago. And I had my first panic attack because I went home to visit my mom. And my mom, that was when my stepdad was really, really sick. And it was just a really bad situation. And he couldn't take care of my mom. And my mom couldn't take care of him. And my mom had just had surgery. And it was awful. It was just a really bad situation. And so I came home and I didn't feel, oh no, I don't want it to bolt. I didn't feel overly stressed out, but I had my very first panic attack, and it started happening at night, where I felt like I couldn't breathe, and I just could not get enough breath in my lungs. I didn't feel stressed out, but then I would start to stress out because I felt like I couldn't breathe, and then I couldn't sleep, and it was uncomfortable and awful. And so I finally went to see a doctor and was like, I legitimately can't sleep. And she was like, well, are you stressed out? And I was like, yes. Because my mom is sick and not sick, but my mom is, you know, a mess, and my stepdad is really sick and she can't take care of him. And my doctor was like, yeah, you are really stressed out. I think you should probably, I'm going to prescribe you something to help you sleep for a while. Use it as needed. But then I got pregnant and I couldn't use it anymore. Oh, that was bad. Wow. Good day in the morning. Oh my gosh, they're going to kill him. Cure yourself. Whew. Whew. I mean, it made me feel kind of crappy for having to take something to sleep, but I also think it's just a generational thing. I think most people have trouble sleeping these days because we're all overstimulated. Look what I'm doing right now. It's 9:45 at night, and I'm playing a video game and chatting with you guys, which I love, but it gives me energy and it's stimulating. And so after I finish streaming, I have to like wind down for like a half hour to 45 minutes. But I know that I'm not gonna sleep very well. Like, I just know that. It's just how it is. I just have to kind of deal with just being tired all the time. And then like I said, I basically force myself through, you know, the next morning, and I sleep, and then I sleep when Autumn goes down for her first nap. Because, oh, come on, Cloud, work with me. Fight a bunch of, what the? Turkey, chicken. I think it's I don't know what it is. It's a giant bird. Definitely not a turkey. Yeah. That's good. I just think, yeah, stress causes a lot of sleep issues. And we're on screens all the time. We're constantly being overstimulated. I think that has a huge, that's a big part of why a lot of people suffer from sleep issues. Every time I have a problem sleeping, I'm like, what do I do with myself? I don't want to look at a screen, so what do I do? I need to have an actual book on hand to like just read, you know, at night if I have sleeping problems. But then if it's a good book, then I'm not gonna want to go to bed because it's gonna be a good book. Dang it. I just can't win. We're coming up on Barrett's story, y'all, and Barrett's story straight up bums me right out. My brother's words, not mine. Oh no. I'm supposed to find treasure? What? Well, that sucked. I want that treasure. Rude. It could be that you're not getting enough serotonin throughout the day to convert to melatonin. You can try being more social or fun activities. Oh, they've offered prescription tablets to help, but I don't really want to rely on this as a solution. I've tried everything else otherwise. Have you ever seen Fight Club? Oh. That's what I want. He has, oh, double. Oh, yeah. And one extra Oh, check. No. Oh, never mind. He can't sleep either. So he goes to support groups and he cries and then he sleeps like a baby. Fight Club is great. Highly recommend it. Kind of sketchy, but I do recommend it. You have 2 summons, sir. No. If I give you Ifrit, you will have 2 summons. I will give you Earth, and I will give you Ifrit. Ooh, and that's double growth, y'all. No. No. Oh, what? Move over, Cloud. Go. Move over. Oh, my God. Oh, what the heck? Oh, I think I got it. Oh, man. Sweet. If I exercise, especially during the day, then I usually sleep a lot better. I agree. I do sleep better when I exercise as well. Although I did have a really bad bout of insomnia back when I was when I was editing my book, I had a really bad bout of insomnia and I barely slept at all. And I still forced myself every single freaking day to get up at 6:30 in the morning and take Charlotte on a walk. Because I was like, I've got to exercise. That's going to help me sleep. And it kind of did. But my insomnia was all wrapped up in my book and I was worried about I was worried about how it was going to be received and if people were going to like it. And I was really, really worried there's going to be an ad in 30 seconds. And I'm sorry. It'll only be a 1-minute ad. But I've suffered from like true insomnia and it was awful. It was so awful. There's something really frustrating about being awake when everybody else around you is asleep and you feel like you should be asleep too. That sucks. It's very lonely. It's really, really lonely. At least it was for me. I was really frustrated about it because I was like, everybody else is sleeping soundly, not me. And I couldn't write because then because then I was stimulated and I was thinking and yeah. I think I made the right decision. I don't know what they're asking me good luck for, what they're telling me good luck for, but okay. Are those mouths? Okay. That's cool. Oh, this is gonna hurt everybody. So I feel your pain with sleep. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm super happy you're here, but I do feel your pain and I'm sorry that you're not sleeping very well. That sucks. I don't wish insomnia on anybody. I feel like the exercise did help me to a point, kind of, but man, insomnia is no good. Oh, thank goodness. I was gonna say, if he hits me, I'm a goner. Good luck with something. I need to heal my people. Whoops, that is not what I meant to do. Woo, that shot up there. Oh, yes, no. Ow, sure is tight in here. Yes, I'm putting that down for them, right? Yep. Okay, when you guys play this, do you guys fight the birds and get the treasure, or do you leave the treasure? Barrett. Hey! Times are tough. Take the treasure. We're gonna fight them birds. Nah, it's all chill. I'm sure it will go away at some point. Proper exercise, crying, out drinking with mates all day, all the same outcome of no change, sadly. Dang. This mama bird is angry. See ya. Sayonara. I mean, I received 10 Phoenix down. Totally worth it. Absolutely. It was good. Whatever the heck that thing is. Do I have an... Oh, I do. Fire. I love it when they do that. When they try to poison the one person. Oh, okay. That didn't work on that dude, so that's cool. They try to poison the one person that can't be poisoned. Whatever this guy is. He has 6 legs. Bagnadrana. Bagnadrana. We just are too plugged in as a society, I think. It just constantly makes it worse. Oh, I'm stuck. Man. I would turn off fights, but I shouldn't because I need to level all my people. And then, of course, if you're like me, you don't sleep very well. I really try not to check my clock at night because I stress out because I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's 2 a.m. I have to be up in 4 hours or even less, sometimes even 3 because Auden has been waking up really early lately. So I'll stress out because I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to go to sleep right now, right now, right now. And then I just stress out even more. A lot of insomnia comes from worrying about insomnia. It's stupid. I used to have a meditation. So there's a meditation app called Sleep Timer, I think. Or maybe just time. I don't even remember. No, Insight Timer. That's what it was. Insight Timer. And it's free. Of course, there's like a, there's like a version for, pro. You can upgrade and you can like download meditations so you can listen to them offline and all this stuff. But the regular app is pretty good and it's got lots of really great meditations and you can search for, like if you want guided meditation or you just want music or you just want Tibetan singing bowls or you just want like Delta Wave or something like that. I've listened to a bunch of them and they're all, they're definitely not all created all equal. There are some of them that are really not that great, but there are some of them that are great. And I actually had one that I loved and I had it saved for a couple years, actually. There was something about it. I don't know what it was about this girl's voice, but she had a British accent and she was really wordy. Why do I keep going to that? She was super wordy. And it was kind of unnecessary. She didn't have to be that wordy, but somehow that worked. And it just it put me to sleep almost every single time I listened to it without fail. It was, oh, I hate this guy. He like grows and then explodes and he hurts you when he does. Oh no. And I think he takes a lot of life. Crap. This is it. Yeah, he takes like crap load of life. Wow. No more of that guy. Oh, and you don't even get any experience because he basically commits suicide. Dang it. So I used to listen to this. It was almost guaranteed I would fall asleep. It was about a half hour long. It was a great meditation. I loved it. It was awesome. For like a year or two, I used this meditation pretty regularly. And one day, just a couple days ago, I went to go listen to it again, and it was gone. And I'm so mad. I can't find it anywhere. She doesn't have anything else on that app. I mean, I assume that she probably just wasn't producing much content, and either she pulled it or they pulled it because she hadn't produced any more content. I don't know. But it was my favorite, and it put me to sleep every single time. Super salty about that. Oh, Barrett. My friend once told me, I drank too much coffee. Now I'm anxious about when the anxiety would kick in. Yep. Yep, that sounds about right. See, and this always makes me laugh because whenever I tell people I don't drink coffee, people are always surprised, but I'm like, you must not know me very well because I do not need coffee. I'm a pretty energetic person without coffee. I don't need alcohol in my life either. Can you imagine me drunk? Oh, I'd be a nightmare. Oh, I'd be a crying drunk. Okay, so this is Barrett's situation. And all these people are like, you're basically a waste of space, and I feel sorry for those people you're with, and you got a lot of nerve coming back here. They basically say it's his fault that this place is just totally a pigsty. Not a pigsty, just basically a garbage. It's basically just... And Barrett gets low. Like, he's got all this bravado and stuff, and then suddenly you're like, I'm not gonna read every single text thing anymore, so. It's my fault this town was destroyed. Yeah, it's a pretty bad situation here. I will buy a tent from you, sir. I can always use tents. Weapons. Carbon bangle. Oh, I already have a force stealer. Oh, look at that. No worries. I don't drink coffee or booze either. Your body acclimates to needing coffee. If you don't drink it, you won't need it. See? There you go. But, man, every time people find out I don't drink coffee, they're so shocked. What? You don't drink coffee? Oh my gosh. I'm like, it's not that crazy. Is it that crazy? I think I'm gonna buy 3 of these. 24. Oh, I'm good. I actually once had a woman... I think I told this story on stream before, but I once had a woman tell me that drinking coffee was a sign of deeper friendships. So the fact that when she found out I didn't drink coffee, she was like, well, see, drinking coffee is like... People drink coffee together and they bond and they create these really deep lasting friendships. And she was tipsy. I do need to add that. She was definitely tipsy. But I was like, wait, are you trying to tell me, so are you telling me that I can't have deep friendships because I don't drink coffee? And she was like, what? No, of course not. No, that's not what I'm saying. But it totally was what she was saying. I was like, I'm confused. But, okay. I don't have enough materia. I'm just throwing materia in there to be leveled, honestly. Yay! What do you want to play? Oh yeah, there's that Mako reactor that's right outside them. It's a pretty sad place. It is pretty sad. Why, yes, I would like a room. You are cheap. 50 gil a night? Done. I'll take it. I will take it. I think the most energy I've ever had was when I was drinking green smoothies in the morning. Wow. Even my boss was like, what are you on? Your energy is through the roof. And I didn't realize it until she said something. And I was like, wow, it really kind of is through the roof. We're going to the gold saucer, y'all. Gold Saucer is pretty cool. I'm excited to see how they do that in the remake eventually, someday in 2000 never. Are we gonna go through this whole story right now? Oh, we are gonna kind of go through his story. Can I speed this up? Oh, I can. So they built the Mako reactor. Oh, that's right. So basically, like, the mayor was like, we're gonna allow them to build this Mako reactor. It's gonna help us. It's gonna bring us riches, and it's gonna make this town better. But Din, however you pronounce that, Din, I guess, is the only one who is against it. No one uses coal. It's a sign of the times. Everything is Mako now. So Barrett tried to get him. Okay, so Barrett had a wife. Everybody was for the Mako reactor except Din. Oh, I just realized Scarlett's standing there. Scarlett is the one with the blonde bun standing in that red dress. That's how the Corel reactor was built and completed. We all thought it would bring us an easier life. It happened when Din and I were out of town for a few days. Corel was burned down by the Shinra troops. All the townspeople, all my relatives, everyone. There was an explosion at the reactor. Shinra blamed the accident on the people, said it was done by a rebel faction. I guess that's true, but more than Shinra, I can't forgive myself. I never should have gone along with the building of the reactor. So that's why Barrett hates Shinra so much. He lost his wife. I don't think we're supposed to go on just yet. Oh, maybe we are. Okay. Why did they even ask then? That was dumb. I remember being pretty awed by the gold saucer when I first saw it as well. Once you get inside, it's a little underwhelming, but seeing it like this cutscene right here, I remember my brother and I were like, what? This is the craziest thing we've ever seen. Wow, that looks amazing. Seriously, once you get inside, you're like, there's like nobody here. Kind of is out in the middle of nowhere. It's like out in the middle of a desert. Is it the same desert Ruby Weapon is in? Oh, I guess that doesn't happen until a lot later. But the music is slapping though. It's a bop. A call from my mom. Oh, that's right. You have to pay to get in. You have to pay to save. Which I should probably sign off here. 5 GP. I don't even have any GP. What? How do you get GP? No way. Single pass is 3,000 gil, or you can purchase a lifetime pass for 30,000. How much money do I even have? Hold on. I've got 7,000 gil. Holy cow. Where did I go? Oh, there I am. Welcome to the Gold Saucer. Okay, well, I don't have any GP, so I can't save. Okay, well, then I better go back. I better go back down. I better save. And then I think that's probably where I'm going to leave my stream tonight because it's 10 o'clock and we just talked about being stimulated. If I'm going to have to wake up with baby girl in the morning. And there's also no guarantee that baby girl even sleeps through the night. Sometimes she wakes up because she has a bad dream. Right now her nose is kind of stuffed because she's having some allergies. And so like she could wake up every 2 hours and need me to go in and wipe her nose or something. It's terrible. It's just never guaranteed. Yeah, it's sad. Here's the gold saucer. Definitely does not look as good from the world map. Definitely not nearly as exciting. I think this is the same. Is it the same desert as Ruby? Oh no. These guys are bad news. Good thing we stuck up on them. I do need some money. 3,000? Okay. I'll grind a little bit. I think I might grind a little bit here off stream to save up a little bit of money. And then next stream, which will be Thursday afternoon, we'll actually go into the gold saucer and we'll further Barrett's story. Barrett's story is really sad. I mean, everybody kind of has a sad story. We're this ragtag bunch of underdogs. Everybody's got kind of a sad story. Red's story isn't quite as sad. Barrett's is really, really sad. Barrett sucks. I feel really bad for him. But I think that's where I'm going to leave it here for tonight. But next week, they're supposed to be releasing Leorin Board 2. No, they're supposed to be releasing a YouTube Live, basically kind of extension for Leorin Board 2. Leorin Board is this third-party app you can use that offers a way for people to use commands and whatnot, like chat commands, like the COVID command and all that stuff. I have a bunch of little like reaction chat commands with quotes from different streams and stuff, and they're supposed to be releasing that for YouTube next week. I will try to do that, but if that doesn't work, I really don't know how to make YouTube chat commands work. It really only seems to work for Twitch. I think it has something to do with Restream and the fact that I broadcast to both YouTube and Twitch. I will say I've noticed that YouTube's chat did not break tonight. Because I will not lie, I've been having some second thoughts about Restream because I feel like I've had nothing but problems over the last like month. Ever since they updated their website, I feel like the YouTube side of chat breaks almost every single time I stream, and it's incredibly frustrating. But I logged in a different way tonight, and I feel like it actually worked better. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But if the Leorin Board 2 YouTube Live thing does not work, I don't know how to make chat commands work for YouTube if I'm going to use Restream. I just don't know how to make that happen. But I'm glad Michael brought that up earlier because now I know all my hotkeys are gone. I did not know that was going to happen. So I'll have to go into Leorin Board and set those up again so I can do them myself as well. But, okay, this is where I'm going to leave my stream. I appreciate all of you guys being here and hanging out with me and supporting and everything. I always, always sincerely appreciate that. I stream because I love it and because I love the community and I love the inside jokes and the coming together. That's what it's about for me. And I appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully I will also sleep tonight. I hope Skarambo, I hope you sleep eventually. We all will sleep eventually, right? I used to think if I just pushed myself until I was so tired, I would be able to sleep really, really well. But weirdly enough, the body doesn't really do that. It's odd. It's very, very strange. I'm not really sure. Like, you basically become, oh, Bishop now has a coffee. Speaking of stimulation, because it's, okay, so babies, you have to put babies down to sleep before they get really, really tired, because the more tired they are, oh, that's right, because you're like way ahead in the future. The more tired, if babies are overtired, they sleep worse. And for a while I was like, oh, that's just babies. It's really not just babies. Think about ourselves when we are completely overtired and just completely exhausted. We actually don't sleep as well as if we go to bed when we're tired, but we're also kind of rested. We're not like completely exhausted, unless you're Ander. Because Ander works out in the sun, and because he's out on the water all day, he is so physically exhausted all the time because it's so physically draining for him that he can fall asleep in less than 5 minutes every single time he lays in bed. And I'm so jealous. I can't do that. It takes me forever because I have to shut my brain off and I'm constantly worrying about things. And then when you become a parent, your sleep is changed forever because you will never sleep as soundly as you did before you had kids, because you will always worry. There's always something to worry about. Your baby's gonna wake up randomly whenever your baby's gonna wake up. Your kid's gonna wake up and tell you they threw up. Your kid's gonna wake up and tell you they had a stomach ache. Your kid gets older and you're worried because your kid is out late and you don't wanna go to bed, so you can't sleep even if you did go to bed because your kid isn't home yet. You worry as your kids get to be adults, I'm sure, because they're always your kid. So you're always gonna have trouble sleeping. You become a parent and sleep just, unless, like I said, unless you're Ander, unless you do something super physical for a job for, hours and hours and hours a day. Me, as far as being a stay-at-home mom, my days are more mentally demanding, but not as physically demanding. Ander is the opposite. His days are really, really physically demanding, not as much mentally demanding. And so that's why he sleeps so much easier, because he's just physically exhausted all the time, like 100% of the time. Always tired. You look up to me? That's very kind. Why? Why do you say that? Because I'm a parent and being a parent is hard? I mean, it is what it is. Like, no, because it's kind of, I don't know. It's one of those things that you just kind of have to, like, I don't have a choice. But it won't be this way forever. You always seem to manage your life so well. That is very kind of you. I definitely have days where I feel like I am falling apart at the seams. I have more days like that than I like to admit. I feel like back when I was working part-time and momming part-time, kind of, I feel like I had my life far more together than I do right now. So that actually really means a lot, because I feel like I am barely holding it together a lot of times, because everything is so overwhelming. When you have a baby, everything, like, she's the boss. And I can try and try and try to get her on a nap schedule and a sleeping schedule, and I can try to, which she kind of is right now. Her afternoon naps are still kind of weird. Her morning naps are pretty consistent, but she wakes up really early, and there's only so much you can do. There's only so much power you have. You have to relinquish a lot of control, and that's hard for me. And so staying home with a baby and with my kids, I feel like I come apart a lot more easily now than I ever did when I was working. And I was stressed out when I was working too, because I was working. So I had, I was a manager over lots of people, so I was stressed out, but it's totally different being a stay-at-home parent. Because you're also on all the time. It's 24/7. There's none of this, okay, I'm done with work for the day, I'm gonna go. Because even when the girls are in bed, I'm not off. Any second, Auden could wake up, Charlotte could come in and say she threw up, or her stomach hurts, or she's got a headache, or her ankle hurts. She comes in and says that sometimes. She just wants an ace bandage wrapped around her ankle. Easy, right? But still, there's no off time. The only time I get off time is when Ander is home and I know he is gonna take care of that for me, so I don't have to worry about it. And that's kind of rare. So that is very kind of you, Bishop. That really made my night. And also Michael. You're doing a great job though, Susie. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys see a very small sliver of me, and short of literally just filming my days, there is no way to accurately express what goes through, what happens in a day as a stay-at-home parent or as a working parent or whatever. I feel like it's easy for me to be like, chipper and happy for, 2 to 3 hours during a stream. But there are definitely days where, like Sunday was one of those days. And so my stream with Charlotte, I feel like I felt was really weird and chaotic because I wasn't in the right state of mind. And I had a hard day. So, you know, it was just one of those days. So I owe you guys a C Prime stream, but those will become kind of a normal thing anyway. Somehow I cheer you up even if we disagree. Well, that's the point. If you disagree with somebody, that doesn't mean that you have to hate each other or you have to not get along. You can disagree on things, but still be buds and still be friends and still get along with one another. I'm so glad you said that. We can disagree on things, but I don't know. My life won't be like this forever. And I'm hoping that, you know, I used to have these dreams of like, okay, once Auden is napping on a regular schedule, I can stream during the day more often. But that's not going to happen because eventually when she goes down to one nap during the day, that means I have one nap to get all my crap done. I don't know. That's in the future. But she will be 11 months old this month in about 11 days. So she's almost a year. That completely blows my mind. And my birthday is in 22 days. So I will be streaming on my birthday. My birthday falls on a Tuesday. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do for that yet. But probably just this with a party hat on. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to think of some things. But you guys are great. You guys are wonderful. And you guys buoy me up and make this worth it and make this fun. And I appreciate it so much. I watch a lot of videos about how to grow your stream and how to do this and how to title streams and how to do this and how to make this happen and how to gain viewers and how to pick games to stream and how to do all of this stuff. And, you know, everybody kind of has different opinions of why they stream or the things they like the most about streaming or whatever. And for me, I just really love playing games and I like the community it brings together. I like the inside jokes. I like being a part of something and having the opportunity to meet people I never would have been able to meet otherwise. And then everybody coming together and being a part of something really, really amazing. So that's why I do it. It makes me happy. So I'm going to go and try and wind down. Hopefully my baby lets me sleep tonight. That would be stupendous. We have a winter storm coming through this week. Actually, that reminds me. I hope Thursday's stream happens because if it doesn't, or because if the winter storm knocks out power or something like that, I mean, I don't know. I'll keep Discord posted, but you know how Texans get when the weather gets crazy. We get like super. I'm just worried. I just want to make sure I know whether Charlotte's going to school or not. I don't know, but we're supposed to get like snow. It's supposed to get down to like 18 degrees. Oh, good old Josh Groban. That's a good one. It's a good song. So everybody enjoy the rest of your night. Bishop, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your lunch and your coffee. And I will see all of you guys next time, Thursday afternoon. See you then.